Yo, every year when spring comes to New York, I feel like I'm becoming a different person, for real. But the strange part about chasing big dreams is that nobody tells you how to reset when your creativity starts to feel heavy. What's good, my friends? I'm gonna be honest with you, I was burnt out coming out of the winter. And it wasn't the kind of burnt out where you just need a day off. It's the kind where you look at your sewing machine and you feel nothing. Where you open up a project file and close it 10 seconds later to watch your favorite childhood TV show. And it got to a point where I started feeling physically present, but creatively I was somewhere else. Depletion is probably the best word to describe how I was feeling this winter. I feel like it got to a point where my output was really consistent, but then my input started getting neglected. And honestly, after a while, it could start to show up in other areas of your life. So this spring, I decided to build a reset. It's not just some productivity hack. It's not just some quick morning routine you might see on Pinterest. It's a real one. And I documented it. The first thing I've learned about creative blocks is that they're almost never about talent. No funny. They're about noise. Mental noise. Digital noise. Feel me? Physical clutter that becomes psychological weight. I went through my hard drive. I got rid of old videos that I haven't used in a long time. I had a whole bunch of voice memos in my folders that I probably used for some past YouTube episodes or some TikTok videos that I'm probably never going to touch again. And I just think it's important to declutter your life. They usually say like you do a spring cleaning and you clean your room and you get rid of things that you don't use. But I also think it's important to just wipe out things off of the technology as well too, because honestly, it's important to make space for, you know, the opportunities and the files that you want to put into your computer. And I can't stack a whole bunch of old videos forever on one hard drive. I got to pass certain things on to the next one or just get rid of things that I don't need. And it's just about being more intentional, right? So I'm like, all right, there's certain things that I know I'm going to need forever and I'm going to utilize in the future. I'm going to recycle some B-roll. But it's really good to implement certain systems in the season and focusing on what matters most. Because one thing I learned after college was that if you have like a cluttered environment, it is really a reflection on what's going on in your mind. But I realized that if I want to get my creativity back to where I had it before or even further than I can even imagine, I have to build the conditions for it. One of the things burnout steals from you is curiosity. And I'm not gonna lie, curiosity isn't a luxury. For a creative, it's almost like an engine. When I stopped exploring and being curious, I feel like I stopped being creatively dangerous in a good way. Sometimes it's the little things that bring us back to ourselves. And sometimes when I'm feeling a little out of place, I'll go for a late night walk to clear my head, maybe go to a new restaurant, or even get some snacks from the corner store. What up, y'all? Right now it is 1 a.m. and I'm at Domino Park right now. It's brick, but honestly, I just wanted to come here because it is my safe haven. Honestly, in the summertime, I usually come here at least 2 to 3 times a month, honestly, just so I could like take in the view, sit by the water and enjoy just people watching for real. But I just came here early. Like I said, I know it's cold, but sometimes you just gotta put yourself in a situation where you just feel at peace. And I'm just here dreaming about the future, but also being present as well too. And I'm just thankful that I'm able to take in this view. Honestly, sometimes you just gotta break your routine, man. Like I could have been in the crib trying to plan a video shoot, or I could have been just watching TV, laying down, thinking about what I wanna do. But honestly, I feel like I'm in a different planet right now. And for anybody watching this, if you're feeling a little out of place, if you're feeling confused, if you're feeling stagnant, just get your body moving and go for a walk. Go to a new environment that you've never seen before. And honestly, when I was in college, I was pretty young thinking about this, but I was like, I'm gonna start doing things by myself and taking myself on solo dates for real, bro. Like, sometimes I wanna have people with me, and sometimes I realize that the best thing that I could do is just sit with myself and maybe go to a movie or maybe go get dinner alone. And honestly, I found so much clarity from just being able to maneuver how I want, when I want. And I've just been teaching myself that life is all about balance, you feel me?
Some ideas don't come from thinking. They come from movement.
Bro, I know that intellectually, but when you deep in a creative spiral, the first thing that's easy to abandon is your body. You sit at the screen longer, sleep inconsistently, and then you wonder why nothing is coming through. So when you feed your body, you also feed your work. Since I was little, basketball has always brought me peace of mind. And for those of y'all who don't know, I gave up my basketball dreams at the end of high school to go to fashion school. And 12 years later, I'm finding ways to reconnect with that younger version of myself. Damn. It's so easy to feel like you're not progressing when there's stillness in your life. At least it's like that for me. As somebody who was always on the go, somebody who was trying to accomplish the next goal, I realized that it's not always healthy to be chasing after something in your life. It was very uncomfortable for me this winter to just take a pause and reflect on my journey and not do anything at all. I didn't even touch my sewing machine for a couple of months. I didn't even touch my camera for like a month and a couple of days because I wanted to appreciate who I am without having anything on my to-do list. And it's really easy sometimes to feel guilty because I'm still for a certain amount of days or a certain amount of weeks. But I had to learn that whatever is meant for me is gonna happen. And it's the same for you. Social media makes us feel like, I'm not where he's at, or I'm not where she's at, or I'm not where they are at. But that's not your story. Your story, your experiences, your emotions brought you to where you are today. And you have to be able to trust yourself and have faith. And honestly, I had to become more faithful in the fact that I'm going to land where I'm supposed to land. I read The Alchemist, and my favorite part of the book was when the main character, Santiago, gave up his sheep so that he could fulfill his dream and find his purpose. And he was a shepherd. He was with his sheep all the time. He literally woke up with his sheep and went to sleep with his sheep every single day. And he had to let it go. He had to let all of them go. But in the end, he was able to find himself. I don't want to spoil it too much, you feel me? But that just comes to show you that sometimes you may have to let go certain parts of yourself to evolve into the next chapter or to evolve into the next version of yourself. So right now, I'm being more patient. I'm trusting myself even when I don't have all of the answers. And I'm also reminding y'all that all of the answers that you need is within you. And honestly, every time I come back to the stool after playing ball, I feel like something shifted in me. And I feel like the resistance is smaller. That's not a coincidence. New York has this thing. If you let it, it will give you the same day on repeat. Same route, same coffee shop, dinner, same subway cart, same window view. Oh, I'm dead ass. And I learned that familiarity can block your creative vision. I'm not gonna lie, I used to think that I needed to travel somewhere exotic to get inspired. But I don't. I just need to walk somewhere I never walked. Sit somewhere where nobody knows me. And most importantly, stay off the damn phone. Alright, y'all, so right now I am currently downtown Brooklyn, just strolling through the neighborhood. Sometimes you gotta put yourself in an environment that uplifts your spirit. So I'm walking around the brownstones right now, as y'all can see, and I'm literally like, I'm manifesting the type of environment or the type of energy that I want to bring into my life, because you can't always feel your best when you're staying in the same place all the time, when you're just locked up in the crib. So now that the weather's nice, I'm gonna spend a lot more time walking through mad neighborhoods, trying out new restaurants, going to new coffee shops, and I have my journal with me today too. So we're gonna see where the day takes us. The sun's gonna go down in a couple of hours, but we're gonna make the best of it. Sometimes the reason we stop creating isn't because we lost passion. It's because we forgot how far we've already come. It's mad easy to compare yourself to everybody else online, or to even feel like you should be further ahead. We're so focused on the gap between where we are and where we want to be. We forget to account for the gap between where we are
and where we started.
So I've been going through a lot of old garments that I've sewn in the past, and it could be as recent as last year to maybe even 6-7 years ago. And I'm gonna be honest, some of them made me cringe because I was thinking about where I was at in my life and how I was perceiving the world, or even how I constructed the garment, and I'm like, that's something I would never do at this point in my life. But it's okay, because each garment that I created is almost like an artifact from the past, and it allows me to pinpoint certain areas of the timeline on this creative journey. And it's crazy because sometimes when you look at your past work, you can almost feel the exact emotions that you had when you made those things.
There's one thing that separates creators who break through from creators who stay stuck. And trust me, I learned that it's not talent and it's not luck. It's documentation. The people who find success in their lives, or people who's trying to reach 100,000, 1 million and beyond, they're not waiting until they have something perfect to share. They're just capturing the process, the mess, the iteration, the moments before the breakthrough. Sometimes the audience doesn't just want the finished garment. They want to know how you made it when you didn't feel like making anything. So I'm in this chapter right now where I'm expanding my creative vision. And today, I'm creative directing and filming a video of my girlfriend wearing her newest design. Oh, and by the way, she's a better fashion designer than me. Y'all just don't know it yet.
What up, y'all? So right now we are outside filming. I'm literally filming Belina today. She got dressed and we were shooting her design and she looks so beautiful. Looking like a superstar. She breaking everybody's neck outside right now. But honestly, yo, we just came outside because we just trying to get into the groove of filming in the spring. Like, we didn't really have too much of a plan. And I think it's important to just kind of get into the flow of things when you're really trying to get into your creative bag. Because I haven't really been outside filming in a minute because of the weather, like I said. So for all the creators watching this, or anybody watching this who's trying to expand on their journey, you gotta be okay with just experimenting and doing things for fun. Because honestly, that's when the best ideas happen, you feel me?
We're grounded today.
Yeah, we grounded.
We're grounded.
And now we're gonna try to capture the sunset on the bridge. I feel like by the time we get there, it's not gonna be that bright anymore, but we'll see.
I believe we can catch it.
Okay.
I believe in us.
Yeah, we're gonna do it,
All of this, the clearing, the movement, the curiosity, the documentation, none of it means anything if you don't come back to the bigger reason. It's not about like just growing the channel or building the brand. Those are outcomes to me. I'm talking about the reason underneath the reason. The thing that makes you willing to be misunderstood while you're figuring it out. For me, it's always been about tapping into my inner child. As a Haitian artist in America, I had to take a lot of risks to get where I'm at today, especially because a lot of people told me that going after a creative career isn't really sustainable in the long run. And walking on the Manhattan Bridge on the first nice day of the year reminds me that all the art that I'm creating is a conversation that I'm having with the world about who I am and how I perceive reality. The truth about creative seasons is this: you don't really reset to become something new, feel me? You reset to remember what's always been there, before all the expectations, before the algorithm for sure, and before anybody was watching. That person, the one who created just to feel alive, is still there, and they're waiting for you to come back. I think we spend so much time focused on what we don't have yet, you know, like the studio, the house, the budget, the team, the numbers, that we miss what's already here. All those ideas that you have in your sketchbook or in your journal. The sunlight that hits your room at 7 in the morning that gives you more energy. Trust me, yo, these aren't small things. These are the important things. I'm not gonna lie, somewhere along the way, I lost a version of myself. The one who made things just because they needed to exist. And maybe you need to do the same. Go for a walk, open up a sketchbook, try a new hobby, spend time around new people. Put something in your hands that will let you know who you are again. Because starting over doesn't always mean that you have to change everything. Sometimes it just means remembering who you were before all the noise.
If you're watching this at the start of a new season, this may be a sign to reset your life too. You don't have to carry any of that past weight with you into this new season either. Let me know in the comments one thing that you're changing in your life for this new season, whether if it's creatively, mentally, physically, spiritually, anything, because it may be able to help me or even somebody else. And if this episode meant anything to you at all, feel free to hit the subscribe button. I'm excited to see you in the next episode. I appreciate y'all for taking the time out to watch, and I'll see you in the next one.